So what's the difference in cost between the Carrara marble and that quartz equivalent you were talking about? So do you see a major issue with those steep slopes that we're dealing with out back? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if we should phase this renovation. What do you think? You think taking that wall out is a possibility? That beam will cost how much?
You'll have a lot of questions for your architect or designer. So how do you know if the architects and designers you're interviewing can educate and guide you through the entire building process? In this video, I'll give you the 5 best questions to ask. Stay tuned. Hey, Jake with JWK Design here, helping families just like yours create their comfortable, modern home. On this channel, you'll find videos on modern landscape design ideas, selecting materials and fixtures for your next renovation, and how to find the right design professional for your next construction project just like this one. If you're new here, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Let's get started. You should ask about their specific design process. While there are industry standards when it comes to design and drawing preparation, each professional or firm will approach things slightly differently. Are their initial studies all hand-drawn sketches, or do they get into 3D modeling early in the process? How do they collect and incorporate the images that you might have pulled from magazines or online websites? And what drawings or deliverables do they provide throughout the process? Most importantly, how are they involving you in the design process? Is it all over the phone or email? Are there weekly or monthly meetings in their office? Are there even more frequent meetings online via Skype or Zoom? You'll want to ask about their relationships with local contractors. How do they typically work with them? Do they bring them on early in the process? Do they only work with select contractors? Or do they wait till further on down the line when you're into detailed documents and then begin a more traditional bid process with multiple contractors that they may or may not have worked with before? If they have specific contractors that they like to recommend and work with, that's a great thing to know. You'll want to ask about their process for evaluating your budget. Is our budget realistic is a really important one to answer early on in the process. Is your budget review something that happens in-house, or do they farm it out to an outside estimator, or do they bring in a contractor early in the process to evaluate whether you're on track to get your project done? Are they comfortable in going through a full material and fixture selection process with you? Or if it's an architect that may not have an in-house interior designer, do they have a consultant that they like to work with that can help? In the case of landscape design, are they willing to visit nurseries and stone yards with you to pick out materials? Or is that something that they would lean on the chosen landscape contractor to help with? And finally, and I would say most critically, how willing and able are they to participate in the construction process? Now, a good number of architecture firms have construction administration built in as part of their contract. In the case of a renovation, if and when changes need to be made due to the unavailability of materials, or when your contractor finds surprises behind the walls, while you and the contractor could probably work out a solution, I really think it's best that your architect or designer is involved so that they can make the right changes to make sure that you get the right spaces for your family. You're relying on your team members for accurate answers, and your architect, landscape architect, interior designer, contractor, landscaper, electrician, etc., should all be working as a team. After all, this is a big investment, probably the largest one of your life. When you're informed about the costs, schedule implications, and installation constraints of design choices, you'll ultimately be able to make better choices with your team. This keeps your project process moving along and will keep your budget and your sanity in check. So those are my top 5 questions to ask a potential architect or designer on your next construction project to see if they're the right ones to guide you through the entire building process. And if you'd like to learn more about renovating your existing home to that comfortable modern space that you've always dreamed of, I've created my renovation roadmap, which you can download through the link in the description below. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you know all about future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, see ya.